Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Hey, that's what I like. Oh, man. And good night. It's our first day together. How do we feel?
Good.
I think that was good. I think people are feeling good. You know, this is not written down, but yesterday I got in town and I spent all day on the airplane. And when I mean all day, I mean I left one day and then I got here the next day. And there's nothing like being in an airport to reteach us the value of home-cooked food. So I'm like, I gotta make my own food tonight. I gotta do it. So I went to the co-op. Has anybody been to the little food co-op? Yeah, what a great place. And so I go in there, I'm buying my stuff. I get up to the front. I thank the lady because I'm down to the wire. It's 6:59 and they close at 7. I said, thank you so much for staying open. And so we start chatting for a second, and then she looks at me and she said, well, you know, are you new here? And I said, oh yeah, you know, I just came in town. I started a new job at the Unitarian Universalist Church of Fort Wayne. And she says, I know, I read about you. What have y'all been doing? Lord, I was trying to buy some spaghetti. Well, guys, there's a tradition in Unitarian Universalist ministry where the minister's first sermon is autobiographical to let you know who I am and how I got here. And I promise you I'll do that, just not today. Today I want to talk to you about expectations. See, expectations, they're powerful. Can everybody say expectations?
Expectations.
The last person who put some jazz on that, I appreciate you. Simon, was that you? You caught. Listen, expectations, they can drive our experience. They can flavor how we feel. I'll give you an example, all right? Let's say you're at a church, a UU congregation, someplace just like this one with these nice, cool, what's the word for this? There's some type of science thing for this parabola thing that's going on, but it's really cool. So thank you. So you're here underneath the tetrabolic paraboloid, and you're sitting through service, and it's okay, it's fine. But you find yourself being distracted by the most delicious aroma of cinnamon, hints of vanilla, brown sugar, and pecan. Or is it pecan? I'm going to say pecan for the rest of this service, y'all. It's pecan pie. Some wonderful soul has brought warm pecan pie for after the service, and now the smell of it mixes with freshly brewed coffee, and it just kind of hangs in the air. And maybe your mind goes back to that first decent job you had working nights. And you remember from time to time when you had a little extra in your check, instead of heading straight home, in the wee hours of the morning, you would head to that one restaurant that opened way before dawn. And you would order a slice of pecan pie from the glass case. And you would sit there with a cup of coffee and watch the world wake up through the window. How peaceful you felt. Like for a few minutes, the world itself was your little secret. And now all these years later, the smell of pecan pie and coffee brings you right back to those special moments when you were young and everything was possible. So suddenly you don't know what's happening in a pulpit anymore because all you can think about is getting to that pie before it gets cold or somebody gobbles it all up. And we all know who that somebody is. I actually don't yet. I just got here today. So you rush out of the sanctuary. You're dodging hugs. You're avoiding conversations. You're moving like a point guard, all to get to that pie. And when you get there, the most saintly, there's like a light shining down on this person. And they hand you a slice of pie with a little fork in it, right? I've got my pie. And it looks a little different, but I don't care because this is Our time. Me and the pie. So you dig in your fork, you close your eyes, and you take a bite. And the taste of lukewarm beef and gravy fills your mouth. And now you don't even finish it. You just go to your car. You're mad, defeated. The morning is ruined. Why? What just happened? It was a meat pie, right? And the smell was probably coming from pecan-flavored coffee or a new candle or like one of those body sprays. But why was it not good? See, meat pie, I can't even say it, meat pie isn't bad. It's not my favorite, obviously, because I can't say it correctly, but meat pie does exist. And sometimes it can be really good. And the coffee, I'm assuming, was still hot. The coffee's hot around here, right?
If Carl makes it.
All right. So Carl made the coffee, and the coffee was still hot. So objectively, both the pie and the coffee were good. So if it wasn't the thing itself, what was it? Oh, man, y'all going to just do my job for me. Matter of fact, who wants to come up here and read the rest of this? You got it. See, we were expecting delicious, sweet, flaky pecan pie. We created an entire vision of a future that was ultimately untethered to reality. And because we invested our emotions in that reality, that literal pie in the sky, when we had an experience that did not align with our expectations, that experience became negative. And I say became negative because there's nothing inherently wrong with meat pie or chicken pot pie or quiche insert pie or, by extension, most experiences in life. There's nothing inherently wrong with waiting in line at the bank. But see, we expected one thing, and we got another. Our expectation itself created the suffering. Now, the remedy that the Buddha suggests is the cultivation of non-attachment. Now, as your Unitarian Universalist minister with my Master's of Theology, and as a human being, I am wholly unqualified to guide you down the path of true non-attachment. And if that's a pathway you want to follow, write me an email and I will find someone who knows a lot more than me to get you free from samsara. Because I got plenty of attachments. My friends, for one. I am attached to my friends. I do my best to hold a loving posture toward all of humanity, but I have a special attachment to my friends. I know that they're imbued with the divine spark of inherent worth and dignity like all people. Therefore, they're not inherently more worthy or inherently more dignified than anyone else. They just mean something special to me. I have a new but growing attachment to this congregation. See, you chose me. I chose you. That means something. And if attachments bring suffering, then in this life, I have decided that some attachments are worth the discomfort, like family. I love my family, but no one can frustrate me as quickly as members of my family. They can access that special extra gear of mad, like the 7th gear in the truck. I didn't even know that was there. Yet I don't seek detachment from them. Maybe in my next life, but not in this one. And that doesn't even bring me to all the objects, the food, the places, the special things that mean something to me that I am attached to. And I know that each one of these attachments brings with it the possibility of disappointment, heartbreak, or just the dull ache of going without. So, short of renouncing the world, what can we do to reduce our suffering? Well, one place where we can work is in the area of what? Expectations. In all of our relationships, professional, familiar, romantic, or even our relationship with pets and plants, we hold a set of expectations. Those expectations, consciously or not, can drive how we feel about them, about these things, about these people at any given moment. If you remember nothing else today, remember this. One of the greatest gifts that you can give yourself and the other people you have close relationships with is to be clear and kind in your expectations. Clear and kind. To be clear means to communicate our expectations in an understandable fashion. Speak it, write it, show it. It's only clear if that information is being offered in a way that the being that is subject to that expectation can understand it. And part of being clear about our expectations is being clear within ourselves, right? Know what you want and don't want. Know what you need and don't need. You may find that when you ask the question of what do I want or what do I need, the answer doesn't come immediately, and that's okay. Just take some time to figure it out. Take a breath. Get clear within yourself on what you expect before you hold someone else to account. Okay? So that's clear. What about kind? Well, I would say that to be kind is to hold realistic expectations, but realistic can become kind of a prison if misused. See, realism, it can limit the power of experience. It can put a cap on excellence. It can stigmatize the exceptional and the different. Over-reliance on realistic expectations can be unkind to those whose being requires them to move outside of societal or institutional expectations. Realism can weigh down on the shoulders of those who would dare jump beyond what we know to show us what can be. That's why I defined a kind expectation, not as realistic, but in relationship with the possibilities of a loving world. For example, developmentally, and no offense to any 2 or 3, are there any 2 or 3-year-olds in here? Raise your hand. All right, well, now that they're not here, I'm going to talk bad about them. Just kidding. Listen, developmentally, a 2 or 3-year-old child is capable of warmth, they're capable of gentleness, they are capable of acts of true love and giving, but they are not capable of true empathy. Their brain has not developed enough yet to put themselves mentally in the place of another human being. That's just human development, right? Thus, it is an unkind expectation to expect your 2, 3, 4, even 5-year-old child to behave in empathetic ways automatically without help, right? That's not a kind expectation of them. And negative expectations, expecting someone to fail, often fail the same test, the test of kindness, because they're unconnected to the known possibilities of a loving world. Emphasis on the word loving. If you find yourself saying, they can't do that, they're going to mess that up, double check with yourself. Are those thoughts coming from a loving place? Oftentimes they're not. Part of living our Unitarian Universalist faith is putting love at the center of human interactions. Our UU values are justice, equity, transformation, pluralism, interdependence, generosity, and love at the center. Despite being at the center on all little diagrams, on all the t-shirts, all the designs, love is often the one that gets left out. Perhaps it's because it's the most undefined, the most squishy. But being clear and kind in our expectations is a concrete way to put love at the center of our relationships while developing the spiritual discipline of non-attachment. Shakyamuni Buddha said, and Shakyamuni is just a name for the historical Buddha, I want to roll that out there because depending on what Buddhism we're talking about, there may be many Buddhas. We all may have a Buddha within ourselves, right? But Shakyamuni is the person, right? So Shakyamuni Buddha once said to his followers that a key to the cessation of suffering was to become non-reliant on our cravings. He said, now this, bhikkhus, is the noble truth of cessation of suffering. It is the remainderless fading away and cessation of that craving, the giving up and relinquishing of it, freedom from it, non-reliance on it. Craving. What do we crave more than control? By keeping our expectations unstated and unclear, we give ourselves a lot of false control. We give ourselves the ability to change the goalposts whenever we want, to shift the actions of others or the events that are beyond us to good or bad within a whim. If we don't tell anybody what we expect, then we can just decide that they've failed whenever we want. But see, that control is an illusion. Just because we can make ourselves upset about something doesn't change the reality of the situation. That does not make the meat pie pecan pie. But if we let go of that craving to control and let those expectations out in a clear and kind manner, we invite both accountability and dialogue. And dialogue around expectations, like any form of dialogue, it can feel risky. We have to take our preferences and desires from inside of our head, form them up, put them out in the world where they can be seen and judged, all right? Putting our desires into the world where they can be seen and judged, that's scary. And potentially, we can be asked to adjust our expectations based on the input of other people, other beings. And that's hard. But through dialogue, we move towards creation rather than disappointment and frustration. So on this first day of our time together, I want to set expectations. What you can expect from me and what I expect from this community. You can expect that some months I will be here with you in this building, here in Fort Wayne. And some months I will be working from my home in Salvador, Brazil, right? That's where my family is. I will be here all of August, all of October, and all of December. That's every other month, right? We don't have the schedule yet for next year. When I know, I will let you know. When I'm not here, you can expect new kinds of, here physically, you can expect new kinds of digital content. You can expect new stuff. You can expect that I will be engaged, informed, and reachable even when I can't be physically present right here. You can find me. I'm easy to find, and I respond quick. Send me an email. See what happens. You can expect that if you need to talk to me about something that's going on in this congregation or something that's going on in your life, we will find time to make that happen. However we need to make that happen, okay? You can expect me to do some things different. I don't know if you saw, but I moved all around here trying to find the right spot to do, and I still don't think I found it, but one day I will. So I'll do things different. And this is important. Everybody listening, you can expect me to make mistakes. All right? I will not always get it right. But you can expect me to listen. You can expect when Rebecca gives me a cue pointing at the offering that I'll stop, that I'll own the places where I fall short, and that I will work towards repair. Now that's what you can expect from me. Now here is what I expect from this community, which is now the new us, right? I expect us to be curious. I expect us to be welcoming. I expect us to be real and kind, not nice and fake. All right? I expect us to feel challenged. We didn't walk in this door to just hear a feedback loop where everything we think is fine. That's not growth, okay? I expect us to be patient with each other. We have to be patient with each other because I expect us to make mistakes. We will not always get it right. But I expect us to listen. I expect us to own any places where we fall short. And I expect us to work towards repair. But more than anything else, what I expect from you, what I expect from me, what I expect from us is that we care. We must care. Care about our world, care about each other, and care about this community. Because this congregation is ours, and it will be whatever we care to make it. I am so excited to begin our time together. We can expect wonderful things. Ashe, amen.